All right, let's talk about tinnitus after an accident. So that could be a car accident or a slip and fall or any other type of injury where you end up with that ringing in your ears. Oftentimes it is associated with a head injury or a concussion, and sometimes the tinnitus just doesn't go away and you get that ringing in your ears. It is absolutely a claim that should be included as part of your injury lawsuit or claim, something you want to bring up to your doctors and sometimes you want to bring up to your lawyers. Oftentimes what I see is that people will get the tinnitus and then they're focused on other body parts, other things that are hurting, but they don't mention the ringing in the ears to medical providers right away. You definitely want to do that so that it's documented and the doctors can start diagnosing it. Unfortunately, tinnitus is one of those injuries where it's hard to treat. Oftentimes, I've heard from medical providers there is really no treatment. I've heard some others where there's some experimental therapies, but you want to get evaluated. You want to see somebody that can tell you what your options are and how it's going to affect you. Unfortunately, tinnitus with the ringing in the ears often can cause severe psychological distress because that ringing in the ears is constant. It can be very irritating to the point where it causes very serious psychological issues in people. For that reason, you're probably going to want to see a psychologist or a psychiatrist or a therapist, somebody to help with those psychological symptoms. Tinnitus is one of those injuries where insurance companies don't fully evaluate it properly because oftentimes people aren't seeing the right professionals. So that's why you usually want to see an ENT specialist or an audiologist. And if you're having those psychological symptoms, you want to see a professional like a psychologist or psychiatrist and document and show how it's affecting your life. It can affect relationships, it can affect sleep, it can affect all sorts of things. So that's why it's really important to document that, to show the damage that it's doing to your life so that it can be presented ultimately to an insurance company or a jury, and then they can evaluate it properly. If you have any questions about your case and it involves tinnitus or some other issues, feel free to visit my website, howilljustice.com, book a free consultation, no pressure. Thanks.